Hello, happy Project for Awesome. So I've been making Project for Awesome videos for quite a few years now. This year I feel like it's a little bit different. Basically, a couple of weeks ago I had no idea what charity I wanted to highlight in a video for this year, which is pretty normal. That happens to me every year. But then a few weeks ago, Dominic Sherwood, who plays Jace Herondale in the TV show Shadowhunters, which is a show that I'm a big fan of and I make videos about sometimes, used a gay slur in a Facebook Live, I think it was Facebook Live, live stream. And of course that didn't go over well in the fandom, and it was a mess. A lot of people in the fandom are still really hurt about it, will probably continue to be really hurt about it. There have been calls for him to be replaced on the show, and a lot of people are very angry, and I am one of those people, and it's made it really difficult to enjoy the show, the fandom, because the fandom mostly because there are people who are defending him in the fandom, and so there's that drama. And like, it's hard to watch the show because he's there and it reminds me of what happened, and it's just not a fun situation. But I was thinking about what charity I wanted to talk about for Project for Awesome, and that was on my mind because it's been on my mind a lot lately, and I realized that I really wanted to do an LGBT charity because this had all just happened and that seemed like the right thing to do. I went back and forth on which LGBT charity I wanted to talk about because there are a lot of them, but I eventually settled on GLAAD. I went back and forth for a while, but the biggest reason why I chose GLAAD in the end is largely because of the nature of what happened with Dominic Sherwood, and the fact that GLAAD, like, its focus is on LGBT representation in the media, and Shadowhunters especially, GLAAD has highlighted as like a positive example in the past because of Magnus and bisexual representation, because that's lower than representations for like gay characters and things, which is part of what makes it even more difficult that what happened, because Shadowhunters has done a good job with LGBT representation in the past. So focusing on GLAAD, which focuses on the media, seemed like the right thing to do. I feel like most people have heard of GLAAD before, but if you haven't, it does a lot of things that involve both the LGBT community and the media. Every year they score the big major film companies and give them a score based on their LGBT representation. Spoiler alert, none of them ever do that well. I also have an awards ceremony every year focusing on LGBT people and other LGBT representation in the media. They also give out grants to LGBT inclusive like artists, like filmmakers and other types of artists, to help them create their projects, which is really awesome. And I'll leave more information in the description for anyone who's interested in learning more and maybe donating straight to GLAAD. While there are a lot of great LGBT charities, and I considered mentioning others of them today, I think media representation is really important when it comes to changing the like attitudes towards the LGBT community, and because of that I think what GLAAD is doing is extremely important. And I will also leave the Project for Awesome page so you can vote for it. Also, please, if you can, donate money to Project for Awesome too, even if it doesn't go to GLAAD. And I think that is everything that I have to say, so I will see you all later.